Hi, Roy Langmaid here. This is a movie made in two sections, so you will find a slightly surprising costume change halfway through. I hope it entertains you. I want to talk about subjective experience and a growing field of psychology that I'm fortunate enough to say is well in line with the way that I've been practicing and evolving my own thoughts over the years. It's to do with the particularity of experience. More and more psychologists are focusing, whether they're neuroscientists trying to measure which parts of the brain light up according to a particular stimulus or an event, or whether they're cognitive psychologists breaking down the nature of experience and trying to look at the component parts, or whether perhaps for us, the commercial researchers who are trying to uh, unravel the mysteries of motivation around goods and services, that all of these people are now coming to regard the particularity of experience as more and more important as a center of our study. I'm going to go on in the second part of the film, once I've changed my shirt, of course, to talk to you about the idea that respondents are sitting there containing, if you like, a library of associations and thoughts and feelings that are to do with the topic of our inquiry, be that air travel or instant coffee or whatever it might be. It just isn't like that. So have a look and have a think about what I have to say. When people come to us for training, they're often very preoccupied with what techniques can they learn. The idea of techniques always presumes the thought or the notion that the people that we're interviewing or working with, our respondents, have inside themselves the answers to the questions that we're asking them. I want to put to you that that is very often not the case. My impression is that they don't have a memory bank or a store of associations or ideas about these products or these activities. But in fact, what we have to do is to create space in our interviewing procedures for their notions and their associations and those emotions that do attend to these products and services to emerge into that space. So we're very much concerned with providing the kind of space and taking off the pressure and providing a support, encouragement and acknowledgement so that people get to look at themselves and find for themselves the tracks and trails of their motivations. If I'm honest, that space is the thing that is sadly lacking from most qualitative procedures and most qualitative researchers that I work with and have experienced over the years. We've allowed ourselves to have our agendas packed by a whole lot of considerations and questions and intense activity that may or may not be of any interest to our informers and respondents or of any relevance to their real lives. So, relating these observations and this evolving aspect of the particularity of experience in psychology back to our need for insight and the need to conduct robust and useful studies. In terms of technique, it really means that you have to put at least as much energy into the interpretation of techniques and letting people explore what they produce themselves and discuss it in terms of their everyday lives and what they notice about its relevance or lack of relevance, and give them time and space to create this analysis and interpretation and reflection. Now, in my experience, reflection and the time it takes and the sort of thoughtfulness that it requires is often something that is not allowed for in topic guides and focus group agendas. And that's a really big mistake. It's the first step in working with what emerges from our informants and translating it back into their everyday reality, such that we can have some predictive faith in what we're discovering in the real world. And we often don't do it in the rush to the next topic.